E3 is my favorite time to be a Nintendo fan, and seeing that Nintendo is slated to be at E3 this year and is already leaking their own stuff, I thought it would be a great time to make another fan-made direct video. Here's my fan-made direct for Nintendo's E3 2021. Enjoy! What's up guys, Potato Sensei here, back with another fan-made direct video. These are my favorite types of videos to make, and I'm so glad we're back at E3 time. Just a quick disclaimer, if you haven't watched my other fan-made direct videos, you might want to go check those out before this one, since I won't be repeating stuff I already came up with, like Mario Odyssey 2, Pikmin 4, and a few Smash DLC characters. Without further ado, let's get into the fan-made direct. Like most directs, this one will start with a Smash reveal. The camera will pan over a dark environment, and 2 feet will appear on screen, leading to the reveal of Hollow Knight as the next DLC character in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, I know Team Cherry said Silksong won't be at E3, but that doesn't mean a Smash reveal can't happen. I feel like he'd be a perfect fit in the game. He's already in 2D, so the devs won't have to transition a 3D character to a 2D landscape, and most of his moves could be derived from things in the game. Hollow Knight would be a big achievement for indie games, as only 3 people made the game, and I think fans would love the inclusion. The stage would be beautiful and would complement Hollow Knight's gorgeous art style. A date will appear at the end of the trailer, revealing that Hollow Knight will make his debut in Smash in fall 2021. After that, things will settle down a bit, as Doug Bowser will come on stage with Yoshiaki Koizumi, and they'll make some short spiel about how the Switch is for everybody. Moments later, they will announce a new update coming to Nintendo Switch Online. It will be Game Boy games coming to NSO. This means Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games are all coming. I feel like nobody's talking about this. Everyone is saying they want N64 or GameCube games, but if Nintendo's gonna add them, which I actually don't think that they will, they'll probably up the price for the service. I think that Game Boy games are enough to keep the price at $20 a year and also satisfy fans, which are just dying for more content on NSO. I mean, the Game Boy line has a really good lineup of games. You got Mario Kart Super Circuit, Legend of Zelda Minish Cap, a ton of Pokemon games, the Mario Advance lineup, Metroid Zero Mission, and so many more. I think that that'll fit well with the NES and SNES lineups that are already on NSO, since the Game Boy is still a retro console, I'd say. If Nintendo does add N64 GameCube, my idea is that they'll make a deal where you can either get just NES, SNES, and Game Boy games for $20 a year, or if you want N64 and GameCube, you have to pay $5 to $10 more a year for each. The Game Boy lineup of systems are rarely re-released, so I think this would be a great opportunity for Nintendo fans to experience these classics for the first time. After that, we'll see some more info on Splatoon 3. I feel like there's a lot of potential for this game to be a knockout hit, but if it isn't that, then I think a lot of Switch fans are just gonna glance over it, seeing as though there's already a Splatoon game on the Switch. I mean, I love Splatoon 2. The gameplay is fast and refined, the online is fun, the DLC brought a whole new level of depth to the franchise, with this really interesting lore and level themes. The main hurdle for Splatoon 2 is to differentiate itself from Splatoon 2. If it's just some new levels and maps, then everyone will just stay with Splatoon 2. But if they actually take the series to a new level, then I think huge fans and casual fans alike will all flock to Splatoon 3. The main focus of the trailer and in the game itself is the campaign. The dev team will let go of the linear platforming levels and give Splatoon 3 a fully fledged campaign. If players want linear levels, then they can just go back to Splatoon 2. But if they want an actual story with set pieces and characters, then they'll have to go to Splatoon 3. We'll see a lot more info on the Splatlands, which were briefly shown in the reveal trailer. Agent 4 will receive a weird message telling them to come to the outskirts of Ingopolis. When Agent 4 arrives, he or she is ambushed by a completely new species in the Splatoon universe. Agent 4 will wake up in the Splatlands far away from Angopolis. The main focus of the story will be escaping from this new species, which has teamed up with other sea creature-like races, and saving the world from an impending invasion. As you explore the Splatlands and the many towns and cities, which are bustling with people, you will meet new allies and go on tons of new missions, like fighting in a helicopter chase, or escaping from one of the new cities as it's being flooded from an ocean, or attacking a train filled with ink bombs heading straight for Angopolis. The story will be far more complex, with lots of fun characters and missions to go on. While the single player will be the main focus of the trailer, we'll also see some new online maps, modes, and guns too. Splatoon 3 will be slated for summer of 2022. I know it's a ways away, but I feel like Splatoon fits perfectly with the summer, and it can't come out this year because the trailer did say 2022. Moving on in the Direct, we'll see the announcement of a brand new Labo kit. This will be the final Labo kit, and it will be named the Retro kit. You'll be making your own cardboard arcade cabinet with buttons and a control stick, and a bunch of retro controllers that you can hook up, like an NES and SNES controller. The kit will also come with a mini screen that you hook up to the Switch console to display a much larger picture. What you'll be playing is a variety of retro classics, like the first Mario, Zelda, Metroid, but you will also be able to play sections of modern games too, but pixelated. For example, like a section of Wolf Link in the Bridge of Elden battle in Twilight Princess, but it will be 16-bit, or Bianco Hills for Mario Sunshine in 16-bit, or even a Pikmin area playable in 16-bit. These cool overhead 2D versions of 3D classics will bring in a whole new wave of Labo fans. Just like any Labo kit, the Retro kit will also be able to be customized with markers, paint, and glitter, and tons of arts and crafts. The arcade cabinet itself won't be too big, but will be a decent size. The Nintendo Labo Retro kit will retail for $50 and will launch on July 23rd. For the final announcement in the Direct, we'll see a full new trailer on... You said you wouldn't repeat stuff. Yes, I know I said I wouldn't repeat stuff I already mentioned, like Breath of the Wild 2, which I've already predicted twice in these types of videos, but it's just so likely it will be at E3 this year. I mean, it has to, right? The sequel will follow Link and Zelda in a steadily rebuilding Hyrule. We'll see a rebuilt Hyrule Castle, as well as many ruined structures like a Kala Citadel also rebuilt. When Link and Zelda discover the underground chambers below Hyrule Castle, they find huge catacombs with Ganon at the center. They also see an ancient sage trying to restrain Ganon after the other 6 have failed after thousands of years. When Ganon finally overpowers the final sage with the Triforce of Power, he regains his power. With said power, he calls upon old enemies of the royal family who sail to Hyrule from across the Great Sea. Link will explore parts of the Great Sea as well as Hyrule from Breath of the Wild 1, but rebuilt and slightly changed in some areas. I still don't know if I want a remixed Hyrule from the first game or a whole new Hyrule. Either of them I'm happy with, but I just wonder if they make a whole new Hyrule, what's going to happen to the old one, since this is just around the same time. The sequel will bring back a lot of elements from past games, while also keeping the open world theme of Breath of the Wild. The classic dungeons will be returning, which are far longer, more complex, and far more thematic than the Divine Beasts ever were. Underwater exploration and cave exploration will also be revealed, which opens up a lot of unexplorable parts of Hyrule. I think this is how they're going to make the original map of Hyrule have so much more depth, so that fans won't be wanting a whole new Hyrule, because it's almost like a whole new one that's opened up with all these new spots that you can explore. Link will also gain the power of the last sage as seen in the trailer, which will give him some cool new ability. The Yiga clan will also have a much larger part in the storyline, as they will colonize ancient caverns inside the Gerudo mountain range, and will be fully loyal to Ganon who they worship. We'll also see a lot more scripted sections. Now I know it might come across as weird, since it's an open world game, but imagine something like the Bridge of Elden battle in Twilight Princess. Imagine that type of epic and heroic atmosphere. That doesn't happen much in Breath of the Wild. I think having those epic scripted moments would go well with the massive open world. I know I'm just kind of throwing around ideas, but there's not much to predict about the game's plot and new ideas since we haven't really been shown anything in nearly 2 years, and what we did see was a little teaser. One thing that will definitely be in the sequel though is a much darker tone. I think it would be cool to have the more realistic and dark and epic feel of Twilight Princess combined with the creepiness of Majora's Mask. The sequel will be named The Legend of Zelda Breath of Shadow and will be slated for spring 2022, making 2022 a massive year for Nintendo with Splatoon 3, the new Mario and Rabbids game, and Zelda. That's it for my fan-made direct for E3 2021. I'm so excited to see what Nintendo reveals, but are you? What predictions and hopes do you have? Leave your predictions and hopes in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Potato Sensei out.